Let's go. You guys today with another video, and if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit that notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about shill Disney Star Wars fans as they actually try to lead a targeted harassment campaign against other YouTubers' opinions that they actually just do not like. Now, there's a lot to explain here, actually, and I'm going to start it off here. We have now gotten to the point where basically in nerd culture, let's just say if you're on Twitter or if you're on like the internet or you do content creation, right? If you're in that general sphere, whether you're a fan or you're a person that makes the videos or you're a person that just like is kind of like in between and you just are more of a lurker, you just kind of look at what's going on. This might be the dumbest period to actually be a nerd in general. And I'll explain it here like this. More throughout, let's say, talking about this nerd shit, if we Star Wars, anime, Marvel, DC, doesn't matter, Star Trek, and that was for just straight up sweaty, smelly nerds, D&D, anything like that. It was kind of like this unspoken rule that you just wouldn't, like, I don't know, go and snitch on someone because you just didn't like their opinions. Keep in mind, we're talking about just nerd stuff like Superman, Batman, Goku, just anything. Now it's gotten to this point where basically people hate someone else's opinion so bad that they actually want to tag YouTube on Twitter and tell them to basically demonetize and deplatform other people. Keep in mind, the reason why I use the other examples is because it's going to tie in what I'm just going to say right now, which is the fact that Star Wars at its core is literally just people flying spaceships around in space, swinging their long swords at other people, and they telepathically fight each other. This franchise is literally just a giant space western fiesta, right?
It's space Twilight.
It's literally all it is, right? If we strip it down to the absolute bare minimum of what it is, that's what Star Wars is, right? Now, I in my life would never go like, hey, you know, just because like I wouldn't do something doesn't mean that the other people won't. Because you have these Disney Star Wars fans, they're like, you know, when I don't like a show, I don't talk about it. That makes you a bitch. Want to know why? Because in real life, do you know why we have the world the way it works right now? Given how bad it is in some cases, I'm not disagreeing with that. But you guys can follow what I'm saying here, which is understanding that winners in life keep pushing until they actually win. How do people think Michael Jordan won as many times as he did? How do you think Kobe Bryant won as many times as he did? How do you think Warren Buffett got as rich as he did? Oh, he didn't just sit there and go, you know what? I didn't make any money today. I'm just going to go and not make more money anymore. No, no one does that. If people don't like something, they're going to talk about it and talk about it at extended length, actually. You know, like if you're going to be the person where you're like, I'm not going to talk about it if I don't like it, that's cool. But to expect other people not to, is just like, who the fuck are you? I can talk about where the fuck I want to talk about. Like, who are you to tell me what I can talk about at any given point? What are you, some fucking dictator or some shit? Then another thing happens. So recently with Star Wars, to catch everyone up, you have the Acolyte. The Acolyte got canceled, okay? And Deadline was the first to report, okay, the Acolyte got canceled. Now, keep in mind, these people always say, well, you got to trust the media, man. It's not controlled opposition. The media Deadline quite literally put it in layman's terms. The amount of people that started the show fell off a cliff, and then half of those people came back to watch the finale. So do you know what that means? That means that the amount of people that started the show didn't like the first two episodes. It fell off a complete cliff. And then after that, the amount of people that started it didn't even bother to come back. It was people know the number that came back for the show? 1 million people. It started out with 4.8. Like, do you know how big of a drop off that is? That's about like some like an 85% range of a massive drop compared to where it started versus where it is at. Now, people have been coping and seething about the Acolyte getting canceled. Do you guys know that if you actually just straight up watch the show, it wouldn't have gotten canceled? That's it.
Yeah, it's like the WNBA.
That's literally it. So Another example I'll give is with a Mark Hamill example. You know, he was doing that press tour for the Last Jedi, and he said, "Well, the Transformer movies, I don't really think they're that good, but they make a lot of money, so that's the reason why the studios make them." We'll use Transformers for an example there, because it's a really good example that Mark Hamill brought up that I watched before this video. Okay, so ratings are the life and blood of a show. Okay, they are most of the reason why a show, whether good or bad, is going to get renewed. The amount of ratings for a streaming service, okay, is different from traditional television because if there's not enough people engaging enough in a show, because they're spending a lot of money on this show, then there's no reason to renew it, right? There's no interest there to keep it going. So that's the reason why you would get rid of it, because in traditional television, you get paid from your ratings. On streaming services, you do not. It is all in-house content you are specifically making. So this audience always claims, well, why don't you just make content for us people and all these people? Because first of all, half of you are fucking stink. Half of you fucking stink. You smell like shit. I smelled you in real life. You're disgusting. You have no money, you're broke, you actually do live on a couch, your mom pays your cell phone fucking bill, you have no money, okay? And I would imagine in life you can barely function because most of you guys don't even know what a woman is. So I wouldn't really talk to you in real life, actually. But keep in mind what I just said there, okay? Understanding this, if all of you modern audience people, which just a unicorn for being completely honest here, watch the show, it would exist, right? Keep in mind, Deadline even pointed out it had nothing to do with YouTube personalities. You guys told us to listen to the media. The media quite literally said, Deadline said, there's no fucking viewers here. That's why it's canceled. Well, it must have been because of Nerdrotic. Like, are you fucking stupid? You're so fucking retarded. So either believe the media or we don't believe the media. Deadline says no viewership. That's why it's canceled. I mean, but it might have been Ryan Kinel. You fucking retard. I bet you failed public school. Oh my God, you're so fucking stupid. The show, the last Star Wars show I watched was Obi-Wan Kenobi. I told people I'd stop watching this if that show sucked. And lo and behold, it stunk balls. I also watched Boba Fett too, and that show stunk balls. I was like, you know what? I'm out. I'm done. No reason to watch this anymore. Now, just because I did that doesn't mean other people have to stop. I'm just saying for you, I'm not watching that trash anymore. I'm not giving my time to them anymore. I just don't care enough. Only for Star Wars for me, I just buy Star Wars comic books. That's it. That's all I buy, really, you know? But that's the thing, is like, but they keep saying, well, you guys always constantly make videos on Star Wars. Why can't they? I mean, apparently it's supposed to be a free country. You can barely do whatever you want. Why can't someone talk about how bad Star Wars is? We know you can't, because the person that Kaita's going to just talk about in just a moment here actually is seen at Lucasfilm taking gift bags, like he said in his video, all this shit. He took a picture with the guy that made Ahsoka, the guy that's running it right now, Dave Filoni. And we're supposed to believe you're not shills. Now, I firmly believe just because someone maybe likes the Acolyte or Obi-Wan or Andor or whatever Disney makes, I don't automatically call them a shill, because that's kind of disrespectful in a certain sense.
Yeah, they could be retarded.
Or you could just generally like it. You know, some people just like bad stuff, and that's what it is. But that's part of being a fan. But if you're a fan that you're out there on Lucasfilm and you're getting paid free shit from them, yeah, I might believe your opinion might be a little biased there. Do people really know what that is in the business world? You guys know what it's called. What is it? It's called a conflict of interest. He has a direct interest not to say anything bad about the product because of the access he would lose if he did. Now, I know Kaida wants to cook on Mr. Kyle, and I'll bring up the tweets in just a second here. So that's my piece. Kaida, what did you want to say about this matter first?
I wanted to say that it is very evident and obvious who is legitimate and who is fake. So there's no way in hell you could have watched Kenobi, Book of Boba Fett, Mando Season 3. What was the other one? Ahsoka. Oh my God. The Acolyte. Any of those properties, any of those shows, you couldn't have watched that and said, this is good. If you're saying that you're either A, you have no like taste and you like anything, you will be entertained by watching grass grow, or B, you're shilling. And it's usually more B than A. Now, there's a difference between saying you like a bad show and then saying a bad show is good. Those are different things. I like Doom 2005. It is not a good movie. It's not a good Doom interpretation, but I like the movie. I won't go here and say, oh, this is a great movie, because then I would be clearly lying. So when these people come out here and they shill and then they do the exact same thing that they say others are doing, which is a coordinated attack against people's livelihoods, mind you, their freedom of speech, their right to say whatever they want to about a product after wasting however much time they did on watching said product, which is a fan's right, by the way, to do what you want to after watching something. to go after their livelihood. This shows that you guys don't care about freedom of speech. And not only that, you're not good people. Because y'all sit here, you say the dumbest things on the internet all day. Like, oh my God, look at Manny Jacinto's arms. Oh my God, look, let's ship these characters together. We let you sit and say all that dumb shit all day. You know why? Because you're within your right to do so. You're within your right to go, hey, I want to see fan art of these terrible characters, or I like all of these terrible things. You're completely in your right. We won't go and say, hey, maybe they should have their channels demonetized because they like Star Wars. No, we're just going to call you for what you are, a shill, because you can see that. So if you want to go out and say, oh, well, the people spreading negativity or whatever when they're just criticizing bad products or being negative, that's fine. Go and say, oh, these people are negative. They're this, that, and the third. Okay, nobody cares. That's your opinion. You can have that. But then trying to come for somebody's livelihood, you've crossed another line that nobody is trying to cross with you. So then it goes, okay, now we see the kind of person that you are and where your morals are, which is, as long as Disney gives you those goodie bags, your free little acolyte bags with blankets and butt plugs and shit that you get from Disney after sucking them off all day because they give you all that access, as long as you get that, you'll do whatever they tell you to do, which is, as soon as somebody says something negative, they're is their foe. And that is why people can see you as illegitimate as we do.
The
And
other thing I
fuck
want to
Kyle
bring up,
Katarn, he's a pussy.
the other thing I want to bring up when it comes to women, because I love how these people that love this company are like, well, we have to stand up for marginalized groups and women. Remember Patty Jenkins? Let's get on this rabbit hole for a second. Patty Jenkins was gifted a Star Wars movie, okay? Now, kind of find out, it's never came out ever since her, like, going to the rival team trailer that she did for it, Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Kind of find out when we saw that Wonder Woman, when we found out that Wonder Woman 3, sorry, I misspoke there. We found out that Wonder Woman 3 wasn't going to get made. People kept asking her, where's your Star Wars movie? She had to literally write in a twit longer that it was still going on. And then now, apparently, it's just shelved indefinitely. Gee, I wonder how, you guys claim you love talking about, you love women, you love supporting women. Lucasfilm just treated her like complete shit, strung her along for years, and gave her nothing. But why is that ever called out? Come on, just sit there. We had to find out her movie was still going in a twit longer. That's something you can't even do anymore. Okay? Apparently, all of this stuff you guys claim to be bullshit. Gina Carano speaks out about bullshit and gets canned. I thought you guys care about women, though. I thought women's rights is what this company was care for. Oh, it has to be women's rights that we agree with. Yeah, bullshit. Go ahead, Sammy. What did you want to say?
Oh, no, I'm hit it right on the head. They're behaving in ways that they would say is deplorable. Every single person who posted that dumb shit on Twitter today, I reported them for targeted harassment.
That's the one. That's the time where it's justifiable. You can. This is literally a coordinated attack to ruin people's lives. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I let them know straight up too. It was like, well, reported you. That was like you're using back alley tactics because they said words you don't like, and it's pathetic. And yes, they're all bought and paid for. I've never seen anyone give me a decent argument on why this show should have stuck around. It's absolutely pathetic, and it's one of those things too. It's just like right out of the handbook of these people. It's like throwing a 2 into binary code. It just doesn't compute. They don't know how to react. Where they're like, well, give me an example of the bad writing. I was like, I'm more than happy to. And then as soon as you do that, they're all, well, they could have fixed that with another season. How exactly? You have shills.
One thing into your argument that makes perfect sense. The reason why that they always deflect to hatred, racism, and bigotry. I told you guys this before about these Disney Plus, MCU, and Star Wars shows. Why do they always do that? You guys know what I'm going to say. Because the reason why they always do that is because these shows are bad. All the Disney Plus MCU ones, outside of the one that usually someone likes, the one, which is bad because there's like 10 of them that are all also not good. They can never talk about what's in the show because they know what's in the shows are bad. All of these shows, even the Star Wars ones that I did watch, are filler, bullshit, nonsense, where if you literally just watched it after all the episodes are up, you wouldn't have missed anything. That's why they never talk about it. They're terrible. They're all bad.
It's all bullshit with moments of insane key jangling, where it was like, oh, Luke Skywalker's at the end. Ooh,
We had
who's
we had
that
Yoda
peeking
in the
around the
background.
corner? Could
Oh,
it be
yeah.
Darth Plagueis? Ooh,
You remember that thing that you like?
like,
You
who
remember
gives a
that?
shit?
You
They start
remember?
convulsing.
Don't look now, but is that Master Yoda? You know, and we're expected to be like, oh, like, who cares? You gave us 8 weeks of shit. You couldn't keep it together. You, like I said, you knocked Amanda Steinberg or whatever the fuck her name is out conservatively 6 times in this show because you didn't have writers competent enough to relocate her without making her unconscious. That's a problem. Okay. And it was like you had the showrunner and the main actress coming out before the show antagonizing the fans, saying things like, oh, I think it's the gayest Star Wars ever. It was like, okay, well, you know what? You're going to find out that most of the fan base isn't fucking gay. Okay.
Dude,
R2D2's not a lesbian.
in the
He's
same
a
interview,
robot.
the interviewer who's talking to Leslie Headland and Shody McNasty McMonkey, the interviewer said, "Well, there's some nerds that have a problem with gay people." He literally said that. He said there's some nerds that kind of feared it. What the fuck?
They're getting right on top of it immediately. They do the same thing every time because they're now convinced that engagement is going to equal views. And guess what? It will for the first episode or two, and then we saw exactly what happens. People go, "Oh, this is shit." And then they don't watch it. It's going to be the same thing with Rings of Power, just like the season before. People will watch the first like 2-3 episodes that you dumped and that you shat out. They'll binge that, realize that it's garbage, and then it's going to fall off. It happens every single time. And there's common mistakes that you made that where I was like, I was watching this. Unfortunately, I was on Roman's show and we watched it episode by episode. I ended up holding up like a sign, like I was in a fucking hostage situation. They're like, Sam, you like the show? It was like, I am well fed. I am here off my own volition. No, it's because it was that bad. And it was like they had things that they could have made cool. You had a Wookiee Jedi, which I wanted to see him like using instead of like a lot of they use like yes, exactly. That's what I was doing. Instead of using like force push, have that motherfucker do force pull, and it was like now you're fighting a Wookiee. Like there's so many cool things you could have did, but what did you do? You cucked him. You gave him a man bun. Like you gave all of them a man bun. You made every character either made out of wood or insufferable. I was like, I don't know who told these people that Jedi weren't supposed to have emotions at all. That's very much not true. They're just supposed to be in control of them. Mandela Steenberg has maybe 3 faces that she chose to use. Why she played 2 different fucking characters. Like I could go on and on and on, but somehow all of this translates to I'm racist, even though like I've mentioned nothing about race. And basically pure statistics. If you're gonna make things that appeal to the LGBTQRSTUVWXYMZ community, you're gonna get lower numbers because I hate to tell you this, there's not that fucking many of them, which you can. There's plenty of shows that have gay characters that do just fine. Like we're reviewing Invincible on Gucci's show. The gay best friend is probably one of the best characters in that entire fucking show because he's well written. He's fine.
Yeah. It goes to show you right there, people don't have a problem with gay, lesbian, even maybe a Troon character. As long as they're not overtly cringe with it and they're just trying to be a character in the story, it's fine.
It's been like that forever. That's the funny thing.
Sorry.
Go
At
ahead.
no point was there an episode where he resolved a problem with his gayness. Okay. But he's like, hey, Mark, you having a bad day? I'll cook you a lasagna. I would love a fucking lasagna. Great. You know what I mean? It's relatable. It was fun. There was nothing like that. I could go on forever how fucking stupid these people are. And then to pull this shit that they pulled today and then go, well, the hatred is enough. I was like, dude, Ryan Kinel is like one of the least threatening dudes ever.
I would know. I met him in real life.
If you met him in real life, he's super cool.
Yeah, I've hung around Ryan for about a total of 2 days straight. He was fine. I asked him if he dated a black girl. He goes crazy again. So he actually did date a black girl. He said he pulled her hair out when they had sex because they don't have real hair, but point still stands. He dated a black girl. Guess what? Nerdrotic, that person you called racist.
Point is, he doesn't got a hateful bone in his body. None of them do. And just because we rip on these things because you shoehorn these things in. And by the way, a lot of these people in these classes of people that you're trying to protect take the most offense because you're not even giving these characters agency. You're putting them in there to check off boxes, and I couldn't think of a thing that's even more fucking offensive than doing that. Okay, you're doing it just to appease these people, and you're not doing a good job of it. So why do you think a lot of these people who are coming out and saying Star Wars sucks are black people, are gay people, are women? Huh? It was like, you don't see a fucking correlation with that? You think the only people who are coming out defending your shit are the people that you fucking pay to do it. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And we'll show you right here.
And the Tumblr artist.
I was looking for a mic to drop, but
there's one more thing I will say before we get to the threads, and I have them all right here. Remember back before Obi-Wan Kenobi came out, the official Star Wars Twitter account said this legendary tweet: "There's so many galaxies in the world, but don't choose to be racist."
Shit.
I just want people to understand why in the world would the official Twitter account of Star Wars, which probably has I imagine almost 10 million, 20 million followers, why is it tweeting that? Why? What reason would that be?
Hey, preemptive attacks, as always.
Yeah, but it doesn't even make sense.
Star Wars is literally a universe built out of there's aliens.
There's green people. there's green bitches running around with like pits coming out of their heads, and they want more representation.
It's like, why do I need the official Star Wars Twitter account to tell me I'm not that don't be racist? Like, no shit, I shouldn't be a racist. Like, what the?
And by the way, how can galaxies be racist?
No, I mean they're human. So when they see them, all they see them as are humans. I mean, come on. Hey, when they break it down like that, they don't care if one human's darker. They just see a human.
Namekians from Dragon Ball Z are black, and Piccolo's black. He took care of the white man's kid. Just kidding. All right, let's go over some of these tweets. Let's start cooking here, boys. All right, so I saw it from Anna, that Star Wars girl, so I was going to give credit where I originally saw the thread from. I had a link to the original post that one stupid pronoun bitch had. She blocked me after I roasted her. Just literally straight afterwards. She was watching every single person. I was blocked maybe in less than a second, honestly.
Which one?
Oh, it was her right here. This one.
Oh, yeah, she hasn't blocked me yet.
Yeah, she hasn't blocked me yet, but when she gets up tomorrow and reads all the shit that I've been tagging her in.
So the main point of all of this is to really just dive into this. I know Kaida wants to get on Kyle, so we'll go into him in just a moment here. So I'm going to read. So this is what they had right here. Dear Team YouTube, the facts. And then you have another paragraph here. It's action required, resources. This is just weird shit right here. But Kaida has to slip out in just a minute here. So we'll get on Mr. Kyle first. He's straight up a piece of shit. Let's roast this little fucking loser. All right, so I have all of his bullshit pulled up. So this guy right here, Kyle Katran. People say he's not a shill. Guys, he had a picture with Dave Filoni. He was literally invited to Lucasfilm. Okay? That's Dave Filoni, that's him. This is the person I would call a shill. He has a direct conflict of interest when talking about Star Wars. After that,
go back and zoom in. I bet you can see. I bet you can still see the cum in his beard.
I can see it for sure. There you go. He had another post right here, which was, if every Star Wars YouTuber was demonetized, we'd actually see who loves Star Wars real fast. That's the dumbest shit I have ever heard in my entire life.
All
Such a
these
dumb thing to
channels
say.
before they were monetized, they loved Star Wars.
Yeah.
So
There it is. That's all
there it
you have
is.
to say.
That's it.
I mean, every
Game.
single channel that's huge and has monetization and things like that, they were just doing it because they like Star Wars. Star Wars Theory didn't come out of the gate monetized. He just liked
No.
Star Wars.
No channel does. By the way, that
wouldn't
just goes to
monetize his
show
own
me that
channel.
you were planted in. You outed yourself.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
dumbass.
Let's keep in mind here. He wanted to monetize his own channel. Let's not kid ourselves here. He's not
Yeah.
doing that. He's not going to go work at Burger King or Wendy's or work at Walmart to get me something off the shelf because that's all he's good for. He's not going to do that.
No,
What
he
the
said
fuck?
he said he'd take the blow because
He's
I forgot
capping.
what he
He's
said.
so
bro.
capping. You know
said
he's
he-
lying though.
Said he'd take the blow because
Oh,
he's
he
down
takes
for
the
the
blow.
cause or something like that.
And this is why we know he wouldn't do that. Right here, a person says valid criticism. However, some people are doing this as a full-time job, and that's not a problem though. If they are, if your full-time job stopped paying you, wouldn't you look for a new job? This is my full-time job.
That's not an answer.
That means you know he's full of shit. He wouldn't just straight up do. Oh God, I know why you don't like this guy's a fucking retard. All right, next one here. This kind of comes from. Okay, give me one sec. Okay, so it was supposed to be the quote tweet first. Okay, so let me move that one off because that's for later. Okay, got it. This guy just had a question. He said, I feel like there needs to be a bigger distinction between people who simply didn't enjoy the show and the people who campaigned for it to end based on the ideas you're saying. My 2 cents. I feel
Logical.
that some of the frustration is coming from an overgeneralization.
That's where all the frustration is coming from.
Yeah, it's pretty fair
Very
statement, right?
reasonable.
None bad. Kyle, I guess I just don't have sympathy for people who think being mistakenly called racist is a bigger issue. How in the world did you type that sentence from reading what he just said? Did your mom drop you on the head?
Yeah. By the way, if I said, "Hey, if I walked into, let's say, any restaurant, like I'm guessing Kyle, as soon as he loses his job, I'm gonna go to Burger King, and say, "Hey, I asked for no pickles and you gave me pickles," and he goes, "Oh, I guess you're racist." I would be offended. Okay, Kyle.
Then an actor enduring actual racism. Okay, here, I'll even give you a bone. Maybe there were some online trolls that maybe went that far, but that still is not indicative of. Yeah, but that's still not indicative of every single person. True, that's just making it about yourself. It's not what. Oh my God, the distinction is there. People are being willfully obtuse in order to shift the focus. That's fuck off. What a piece of shit. He said, I can excuse racism, but don't dare call me a racist. That's not what he said at all.
He's just deflecting. He's deflecting because he realized his argument is stupid.
And I know people always say, MSK, why don't you talk to these people? Did you just read what I just had to read to you? Why would I talk to someone that mentally deranged?
Hold on.
He blocks you immediately.
Talk to them. If they would talk to you, they'd be on this hill. They would not move from it.
It's crazy.
Talking to them
and like I said, this isn't a threat. Kyle, pray I catch you at a Comic-Con or something. I'm not going to be swinging. The phone's going to be out. I'm just going to watch you cook yourself, dude. Like, because your answers are going to be all over the internet.
So
you're an idiot.
So here was the cancellation paragraph that I'd imagine one of them wrote, but this was bullshit. I have to turn away to this screen because it's bigger on this one. That's what she said from my wife last night when I pounded her. Dear Team YouTube, last week, actor Amanda Stenberg, who uses she, they pronouns.
That makes no sense.
So she's herself and other people.
Do you know?
She did play two characters.
She would have a better career if she went and actually was a part of the next Planet of the Apes movies. Maybe she should be part of those movies. She'll at least have a career there.
That is racist. Come on, dude.
Posted candid comments to Instagram about the rampage of bigotry and vitriol that she has received since leading the cast of The Acolyte, the latest addition to the Star Wars universe. Stenberg's experience is not new. In fact, this known tactic, because this is not a known tactic too, was initially provoked by former Breitbart news editor Milo, who aggressively targeted Ghostbusters actor Leslie Jones under the guise of film criticism. You people are so dumb.
What do you mean, you people?
Oh my god. They're trying to find the racism in movie reviews.
I just got one thing to say to Stenberg. Receipts. Show us.
Yep.
Yeah. At
Show
least
us.
the one girl who played Reva was actually showing stuff. Now all you got to do is say it. And it
Show
was
us.
like,
We'll
oh, by
back
the
you
way,
up.
me
You show
saying
us, we'll
you
back
can't
you up
cut
on
your
that one
hair
next
with a
year.
lightsaber like that, your hair wouldn't fall that way, is not fucking racist.
I'm just saying, if she had a banana, she could use it very well. Okay.
Oh,
After prolonged insults against her Ghostbusters character resulted in harassment against Jones on Twitter, Milo claimed Jones was playing the victim when she called for action against the harassment. The aggressive gaslighting of Jones' experience resulted in Milo being banned from Twitter. Do you know how stupid this first paragraph is? This doesn't have to do with anything. This is literally what deflection is. What does that have to do with anything? Who gives a fuck about some random actor you will never meet in your own life who probably doesn't give a fuck about you if you die tomorrow? I love all these people right here in this damn paragraph. Well, we really care about Amanda Stonberg. I'm just being honest here right now. I know people won't like me saying this, but this is what I'm going to say. She wouldn't care if you dropped dead right now. Any of you that are batting for her. Right now, if you try to just drop dead, she would not care. What is this white knighting stupid dumb shit we got to read here? Holy fuck. 8 years later, Milo playbook against marginalized actors has begrudged into a multi-million-dollar business on YouTube, which has been permitted to develop unchecked with the help of YouTube's partner program. This playbook, biggest target, Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, because you can say whatever the fuck you want on YouTube, right? It's just a free-for-all, right? It's not... It's insanely hard to get things past the algorithm, okay? You can get demonetized for anything, okay? It was like...
Graham Nolan
anyone who
just
said
got
shit like this
demonetized yesterday for doing nothing.
Yeah. Anyone who says that clearly has not made a YouTube video.
That's just a fan that talks that shit. As fans of the Star Wars franchise, we have tirelessly witnessed a handful of YouTube creators continuously drive prolonged insults and harassment against marginalized actors and members of our community. What makes our community? All right, that's just so gay. You talk like that, you're fucking gay. Enough is enough.
I don't know why they say that, because that's all that gets refuted every single time they say it. Oh, these people are doing a harassment campaign against the actors. Every single time they say that, we say, okay, show us where somebody said, hey, go after this actor because they're stupid. Or, oh, this woman is Asian. This is a woman. She's black. Hey, go after her because of those things. Nobody has ever said that. Now, Amanda, they went after her because she came out and said, hey, y'all are all racist and sexist because you don't like my show. That was different. Nobody went after Daisy Ridley because she was terrible as Rey. They went after Rey. Nobody, even though they want to say, oh, people are going after Kelly Marie Tran. I was there. No, they weren't. They were going after Rose Tico because that character was terrible. So every time they say this, it's like, you're clearly lying because we were there.
The Star Wars fandom demands that YouTube enforce its community guidelines against prolonged insults and incitement of targeted harassment towards women of color by demonetizing YouTube channels, Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kinel, RK Outpost, and Nerdrotic. Crazy. I met all these guys in real life, took pictures with them, posted them on Twitter. I've talked to them extensively, and they definitely like what they're talking about.
Just watch their videos. They never call for anybody to go after these actresses.
Ryan, in his video today, specifically said to people that watch the video, don't do that. Okay. The other thing that I want people to understand when it comes to YouTube is that people always use this argument with their audience. They're like, well, their audience only watches that stuff. Yeah, and you only watch bullshit that you like. So what everyone's biased. Like, what the hell?
Or the thumbnail thing. They're like, oh my god, look at this thumbnail. Oh, you're upset the thumbnail did what it was supposed to do, which was to make people want to engage with the video.
Like,
okay.
The facts. Here's the facts, guys. Here's the facts. In 2018, because what the fuck that you're going to do with this year? In 2018, Geeks and Gamers, 390K subscribers, encouraged harassment against Kelly Marie Tran.
No, they did not.
It never happened.
Did not.
I was there. It literally did not happen at all.
That's not what happened.
Leading up to Tran's departure from Instagram due to prolonged harassment.
That's not what happened.
I love how these people always say this. They always say, well, these guys' opinion don't matter. They're just in a minority. If their opinions don't matter, why are you trying to get them taken down? Game. Call me the chess master. King me. Well, that's what checkers. Fucking hell, man.
Well, that's what they're playing.
And
Oh, they see.
I know what
You
they're
saved
doing.
me.
I know what they're doing. Some people who watch them are taking it upon themselves to do this shit and probably saying it in their name. Like when you see a manifesto from a school, the leader, and they'll say, "Oh, he's a Trump supporter." They're taking these words and drawing them out of context on purpose. And these people who write shit like this are generalizing when they tell you not to generalize them.
Geeks and Gamers published nearly 15 videos relevant to trans Star Wars episode The Last Jedi character Rose Tico. The channel claimed that trans character is one of the most hideous characters of all time. I mean, I don't even disagree with that. Her character was ugly as fuck.
Yep, they made Kelly Marie Tran, who was, she's cute. She's not like like super attractive, but she's not ugly. They made her ugly. So yes, she was ugly in that movie.
The most unlikable character ever. Did you watch The Last Jedi, you fucking shill? Did you watch that? Well, oh God. And exist for forced diversity. She does, because we know that now. Many of the comments found in Geeks and Gamers videos can be seen in hateful comments under trans now deleted Instagram posts. Geeks and Gamers champion RK Outpost, 319K subscribers. Brian's doing pretty good. A channel that frequently targets marginalized actors, including Moses Ingram. Oh my God, this is so stupid. A Black American cast member in the TV series Kenobi. Days before Ingram called out racist backlash against her on Instagram, RK Outpost called Ingram a lunatic who can do nothing other than play the victim. But that's what you guys do. Well, what are we getting at here?
I mean, lunatic, that might have been a little too far, but I mean, the rest of it's accurate.
RK Outpost has recently referred to Ingram's Kenobi character Reva as dumb and retarded. She is.
Not the actress.
You watch the show?
Not the actress.
The character was terrible.
Separate the art. Well, that was you. Separate the artist from the art. We are not talking about her specifically. I'm never gonna meet her in real life, nor to give a fuck what she does. Her character in Obi-Wan Kenobi is garbage. It's terrible.
By the way, all we need to do is look at how. Do you remember when Hasbro was like, they were like, "Hey, we're gonna put out this Reva lightsaber. How many shipments should we?" And no one fucking bought it.
They crowdfunded it.
No one.
They crowdfunded it. It didn't meet its funding goal.
Yeah.
Absolutely just straight up flop. Geeks and Gamers and RK Outpost frequently co-host the live stream Friday Night Tights, a great show. I'd remind people, go watch it on Fridays, or the replays on Nerdrotic's YouTube channel, 1.1 million subscribers, where the three channels have made a profitable business reusing prolonged insults against marginalized actors featured in Star Wars, Captain Marvel, and The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, to name a few. Yeah, because that's what people do on podcasts, just get together and start insulting people.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. This is all just nonsense. I'm pretty sure. Here, you guys see in the video, go to my post on Twitter. You can see where all that bullshit is at. Then there's more receipts, obviously, from here. There's a 2-minute clipped video right here. You can tell this was targeted harassment. You can tell this was behind the scenes. Another thing from this Kyle Catran retard. This guy said, show one video that incentivizes hatred and racism. Kyle's like, I'll do you one better. I'll show you the door.
His rebuttal is, you're not owed a conversation, or you're not entitled. There it is. You're not entitled to a debate, little bro. Where it's like you're doing exactly why you're doing what people are annoyed with. You're generalizing them. Like that's like if we all come out and say all of you are stupid. I'm pretty sure not every single one of you are stupid. A majority of you might be, but all of you are dumb. So now if I say Cal Katarn is stupid, I'm speaking solely about him. That's how you're supposed to do it. And then this chick right here is
this is the worst. Here's another thing she put out.
Completely delusional. She
really
really is.
Most, if not everyone.
Oh my God.
I know. Because Yas Queen Slay. Like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Most, if not everyone I know who is truly passionate about making content does it because they love to.
That's the same thing with everybody else.
This is why women shouldn't vote.
I gotta get out of here because this is annoying. Because what she just said is so stupid. it does not, because it does not pay their bills. Every single person who started out their careers were doing it. It was not paying their bills. They were doing it because they loved it. So why I don't get
She
this
contradicts herself.
correlation. Sometimes it gets lucky and it becomes a career, but all of us would stop doing it if we didn't love it.
This is why women shouldn't vote. This is why they should appeal the 19th Amendment. Women are horrible at picking partners. Women are horrible at making arguments. I want someone to read this and tell me the reason why she should vote. This might be the dumbest tweet I've ever read in my entire life. This is terrible. She just blatantly said, most people I know, when they started doing it, they did it because they loved it and not because they're paying their bills. No shit. What the fuck?
On that note, man, I gotta get out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I got obligations.
I'll leave a link to Kaida's channel in the description box below when you guys see the video. But I was glad to have you on for the video, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, y'all continue roasting these retards. I'm going out of here.
Anytime, brother.
Later.
Take it easy, buddy.
Demonetization is not censorship. Why would
she straight up contradicts herself right here in this whole thing?
Someone else said that, and I reposted it, and I said, idiocy is not activism.
Sometimes we get lucky. You only got lucky because you're a girl. You don't have any actual skill. You're a girl. That just goes without saying. And it becomes a career. But all of us would stop doing it if we didn't love it. Why doesn't that apply for Ryan and Jeremy and Nerdrotic then? Why can't that apply for them? I just don't get it. And obviously I called Miss Molly Damon out. You know, I call women out. I love calling out women bullshit. And she blocked me. Cool. Never had to see that garbage in my replies ever again. Max, I like Max. This is the longest woman I lasted with on a one-on-one, 3 hours. She's the best I ever had. I'm just kidding. I love Max, actually. The Acolyte was garbage, and I didn't need the opinions of YouTubers to tell me that. Fuck off with your targeted harassment campaign. Oh, by the way, telling people to target and help take down YouTube channels is against their TOS. A Sith would act like that.
I bet they won't get in trouble, though.
They won't. Nothing's going to happen because there's enough to counter it from Ryan and Jeremy and Nerdrotic's side. But the thing here to understand about this is that they think of you guys as so fucking stupid, you couldn't possibly come to your own conclusions unless somebody told you. Do you know what that means? That means they're telling you you can't think for yourself. You couldn't possibly just come to a conclusion on your own. Someone else had to tell you that. That's how they think of you. They want to do the thinking for you, and they want to take out the bigots and the racists, actually. But yes, as we wind down this portion of the video, Sammy, is there anything you wanted to say before we close out of the video, actually?
No, I hope everybody who posted that gets demonetized. I hope YouTube sees that it's a targeted harassment campaign, and I hope it blows up in their faces. And I hope when I wake up tomorrow that Star Wars Explain will just be like, oops, and I can't find the channel anymore. I think you get what you deserve. I think these people should be able to handle a opposite opinion, and they never will be because they get paid to have that opinion. So,
Darnell, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, I know you're gonna disagree with this, but
I always do.
Stenberg is fucking hot as shit.
Oh,
I think she's insanely gorgeous. To that being said, dude, she is like, I remember I watched a couple episodes. I'm like, dude, this chick is fucking gorgeous, man. And voice, I don't know, her voice too is just like
her career on Planet of the Apes franchises always gonna be there, man.
It wasn't a dude. I mean, she was cute as Osha and May. Just the character was shit. Characters were shit. The show was shit.
Didn't she make that diss video like MGK tried to do against Eminem and completely failed? Imagine that. I don't think I've ever seen an actor or an actress make a diss track to the fans. Crazy. Yeah, so my closing thoughts on this is basically we've reached a point where now if you just have opinions about nerd stuff, people just assume you're a racist, a bigot, and a blah, 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 Nazi, Trump supporter, all this buzzword stuff, right? They never attack the actual arguments. And what's crazy is that you're the one who will watch the product, tell you, and you'll tell them why you don't like it, and they'll never actually give you a reply. Because be honest here, they themselves didn't watch it. You did because you're a fan. You watched it because you at least somewhere deep in your mind wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt. But they didn't. It's crazy. And the reason why they'll never talk about the actual problems on the show, because it's much easier to deflect to racism and bigotry and all that other bullshit. They want to silence people because they realize their influence is much bigger than theirs. They're just jealous of Jeremy, Gary, and Ryan. I've met them in real life. They're great guys. I can definitely vouch for them. You know, no one's telling me to say that. Iron and Celine, all those guys were around me when I did it, you know. So the thing is to understand when it comes to YouTube is the reason why most of your channels are not influential is because you're probably just not that entertaining. Your channels are trash. I was looking at all the channels are terrible, man. That one girl with the pink hair is jumping up and down because she got a new gift bag. Like, fucking loser, man. Like, dumb fucking people, dude. And women have that girl has the nerve to write that bullshit. That for me right there is top 5 worst tweet I've ever read. That is just trash.
I'm still going through and doing it, guys. I'm literally reporting anybody that I see. Like, I'm sorry.
Where she literally says demonetization is not censorship. What a fucking stupid bitch. What a dumb idiot. Oh my goodness, man. So yeah, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, and I'm signing out, guys. See you guys later. Deuces. Peace. Woo.